Hey, what's up, Nerdgasm fans? Jerry here, aka Barnacules, and welcome to BarnaVlog 31.
That's this many.
Now, something completely sad happened yesterday, and that is Robin Williams, my favorite actor and comedian, took his own life. And it still hasn't even fully set in for me, because I look at these articles and I'm like, this guy appears to be the happiest guy in the world. He's always super funny. He's always really out there. He's really social. I watch him on TV and I see this guy and I'm like, how could he possibly take his own life and how could he be depressed? Well, it actually caused me to reflect a little bit on myself. And hopefully in this video, I can help some other people out that are suffering from depression. The truth is, I myself suffer from depression. I have my whole life. I was diagnosed with depression as a kid. I was diagnosed with depression as an adult. I've even been treated for depression with medication. But just like with actor Robin Williams, a lot of you guys see me when I'm at my happiest. I only make videos when I'm happy. I don't make videos when I'm sad. Well, for the most part. When I got laid off from Microsoft, I was pretty damn depressed and sad. But it made me realize that even people that seem completely happy and seem like there isn't a problem in the world do have problems. And I'm one of those people. The best way that I could describe depression to somebody who doesn't have depression, and my wife would be one of those people, is depression is when everything can be right in the world, but to you inside feel like everything is failing and falling apart. It's when tiny little molehills become mountains. It's when something as simple as just taking the garbage outside and dropping the bag will just push you over the edge and make you feel like you're having an anxiety attack. It's when a situation that shouldn't be a big deal is always a big deal. It's when you feel lost. It's when you feel completely just shut inside and shut down by the smallest of things. To me, that's what depression is. Now, for a long time, I took a medication called Lexapro. For me, honestly, I couldn't stand the stuff. The medication helped for a little while, but honestly, it caused more problems than it solved for me because it would make me so even-tempered that even though I didn't have those lows, I didn't have the highs either. And I'm an energetic guy. It's like when I'm happy, I'm on top of the world. When I'm sad and depressed, I'm below the average. I'm way down in the dumps. But I did find a way to get a handle on it. And the biggest thing that I could find was having a support network. And that support network is my family. My wife is hugely understanding of my personality and my depression. She knows that I have incredibly low lows. She knows that I have bad days. She knows that I have days where I feel like everything's caving in. I get a bill that says that I didn't pay, that I'm $1 short on paying a bill. And I'll freak out like it's the end of the world. Like my credit history's ruined. I might as well just stop doing everything. I have days like that. I genuinely do. The good news is I don't have as many days like that because now that my wife understands that that's how I work and my family understands that's how I work, they know to keep me positive, keep me happy, and be there for me. And when I'm really depressed, don't attack me. They know that. They know not to attack me. They try to do what they can to uplift me. And that's what you have to do. If you know somebody in your life that has depression, be understanding. They're not being a drama queen. They're not being dramatic. They're not being unreasonable. To them, the fears that they're experiencing and the emotions they're experiencing are very real. The anxiety that they're experiencing is incredibly real. And you need to be sensitive to that. Like, for instance, when I have bad days, you might not see me, on responding to any comments on YouTube. I won't read YouTube comments when I'm depressed. I won't. I only read them when I'm happy. Just like I only make videos when I'm happy. Because I don't want to chronicle. I don't want to keep a record of me being unhappy and upset. Who'd want to do that? I don't want to respond to comments when I'm actually being affected by them. I want to respond to comments when I can come back with an ultra witty comeback that knocks them over, because that's fun. But when I see somebody like Robin Williams taking his own life, when I thought that he was so happy and that he was I don't even know the words for it. He seemed like he would be the last person on earth to have depression or take his own life. But just like I was saying before, you guys see me when I'm happy. He wants people to see him when he's happy. Everybody's got emotions that they have to deal with. Everybody's got problems, and everybody's got other things going on than what you see on the internet. The person that you see on the internet might be somebody at their weakest. It might be somebody at their strongest. But you can't determine an entire person's personality, worth, their life, everything by just looking at them on the internet. And I'm no exception. Now, the good news is I feel stronger than I ever have right now. Even though I lost my job at Microsoft, taking life into my own hands and actually being able to create software and be able to do videos for you guys, it's been an incredibly empowering thing. And I thought it was going to be really stressful, but it's actually not that stressful. It's been very therapeutic to me. I'd say I've been less depressed than I have in a very, very long time. But that's because I have a family standing by me saying, go daddy, go husband, go. They're in my corner. And unfortunately, some people out there that suffer from really bad depression, they don't have the people that they need in their corner. They're not hearing what they need to hear. They're not having anybody understand why they feel the way that they do. And the truth is, a lot of people, you wouldn't know what they're going through. If you haven't suffered from depression yourself, you don't know what it's like. There's levels of depression where you could have the winning lottery ticket, and you might have a heart attack from the anxiety of the stress of, oh my God, I'm going to have to pay taxes on this. People are going to want to take all my money away from me. They're going to burn my house down to get it. Mind's going to just race off into all the bad scenarios, and you're going to completely ignore everything that's good. When you're depressed, there is no win. It's a complete no-win situation. So the way I deal with that is with people that understand what I'm going through. And best of all, I understand what I'm going through. When I'm depressed, I know I'm depressed. It's not like I'm depressed and I don't realize that I'm depressed. I know I'm depressed. I just feel powerless to do anything about it. But the truth is, you can do something about it. And that is, go talk to people who are understanding. Go interact with positive influences. Go expose yourself to things that make you happy while avoiding things that don't. I realize that's kind of a tall order because you can't always do those things, but you have to try. So I know this has been kind of a depressing vlog, but it was something that I wanted to do, and I actually wanted to record it yesterday, but I kept getting way too choked up, and I'm sick of posting videos on the internet where I start crying at the end. So I decided to wait a day and sleep on it, and I'm glad that I did. I just would like to send my condolences out to the Williams family. I'm really, really sorry for your loss. I can't even imagine what you're going through right now. I myself, when I was younger, attempted to commit suicide several times and almost succeeded on more than one occasion. But it wasn't until I realized that there was so much to live for and that there was people around me that would support me in what I'm doing and people that understood what I was going through that I decided that it wasn't worth it. And in my adult life, I'm not at risk for suicide because I have my little 4-year-old son that every time I look at him, it doesn't matter if the world is falling apart around me. That kid's smile clears it all off the table. If you want to make a pill for depression, call it Xander. Because that little boy right there, it doesn't matter how depressed I am, how deep I'm into it, he can pull me out of it. And it's because I have an understanding wife that understands me and who I am and how I work, that allowed me to have that family and have that support group that's going to keep me happy for the rest of my life. Well, guys, I'm speaking to all you guys out there that suffer from depression. Hang in there. There's always hope. Don't think that suicide's the answer. It's not. It absolutely is not. You may feel like that's the only thing that's going to make everything go away, but if you act on it, you're going to miss out on all the good things that will inevitably come afterwards, and they will. That's the problem with depression, is you think that it's all over. Every little thing, you feel like you can't turn it off, that the wave is coming and there's no way to get out of the way of it. But you just have to convince yourself that that wave will subside. It will go away. And there are always better things in your future. So if you're at risk for suicide, please call a suicide hotline and get help. I've put a couple down in the video description. And talk to your family. And if your family's not understanding, talk to somebody else. You need to talk to somebody. And if you're one of the people out there that doesn't believe that depression is real, or you haven't had depression yourself, count yourself lucky. Because being depressed, and I'm talking deeply depressed, I'm not talking like a momentary, if you're unhappy because something happened that should make you unhappy, that's not depression. Depression is when everything is awesome. You have a great house, you have a great car, things are going great, work is going great, family life is going great, everything is amazing, yet you still feel completely defeated and backed into a corner. That's depression. So next time you run into somebody who looks like they're having an anxiety attack over nothing, instead of beating them up about it, grab their hand and pull them up to your level. Help them out. Now you guys know I don't do a lot of these serious videos. Even labeling this as a BarnaVlog is probably a little bit of a stretch. But this is the only way I felt like I could sit down and really make this video, and my vlogger audience is probably going to be the people that are going to understand it best. Not the people that watch my 3D videos exclusively, or my racing simulator videos, or my giant computer setup videos. it's going to be the people that are interested in my life and my family's life. And that's the vlogger people. And I love you guys for it. And the truth is, the internet can be a great uplifting tool. I get 99% positive feedback and 1% negative. But the problem with depression is that 1% negative becomes that 99%. But I've learned that with the help of my family and being aware of when I'm depressed, to keep the negative out of you. And I always seem to come around, and you will too. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want this to run too long. I've got some other awesome videos to make for you guys. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. To me, you'll always be the kiddies' titties.